Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me real quick. Real quick, let me know if you can hear me and then we can continue. We're going to start with pregame betting because I got home late from my tennis match and I forgot to do some pregame betting on some spots I circled. So, is the chat or is the microphone working? Is the microphone working? I hope so. Should be working. Should be working. Is this on? Yeah, it should be on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Now we are going to do some quick pregame betting before we start live betting. This will switch up a little bit from what we usually do. We usually just jump on and do live betting. So let's see here. Let me find some spots I circled. So let me get out of that. So I circled a couple spots here. Let me check if my models like this stuff. So I was considering the Giants tonight. This model does not like them, so I'm going to lay off of that. I was also considering, let's see, Philadelphia. I was considering Philadelphia, fading George Kirby, and also Seattle has a slightly taxed bullpen. I actually, in my Discord, if you guys aren't in my Discord, check out my Discord. It's free to join for now. Once college basketball starts, I'll lock the hey, someone just hit my 3.5K mark. Whoever just followed me, thank you. Hayden, 3 hours ago, followed me. Thank you, Hayden. Oh, it just jumped down. Are you serious, bro? I just lost a follower. Anyways, join my Discord. It's free to join right now, and I post some MLB plays in there right now. And so something I posted in there today was I actually had the under in the Phillies and Mariners game, under 8.5, parlayed with George Kirby, 18 plus outs. So for him to go 6 innings. And then I did another same game parlay of the under paired with George Kirby, 5 plus strikeouts, I believe. And I really like the same game parlay versus betting them separately because the Mariners have a slightly taxed bullpen. So I feel like if George Kirby is going further into the game, then that's going to really help the under because there's not going to be late game bad bullpen pitchers pitching for the Mariners. But that's something I put in the Discord. Another thing I'm looking at here is the Phillies money line. I'm kind of liking the Phillies money line, but it's not a huge edge. I also look at this model here. Both of these models can be found in my link.me if you want discounts. But the Phillies one, I don't like it as much. Yeah, this one really liked the under. I'm glad I hit that earlier. I hit under 8.5, minus 122 in this Phillies game. If you want to hit that, it might still be there. I'm not sure. Might have moved to 8. But anyways, the Phillies, I don't know if I like them enough to take them right now. Yeah, this one kind of leans towards Seattle. So I'm going to lay off of that one. That was one of the spots I had circled. Let me check another. Like I said, my tennis match went late, so I'm kind of rushing to get this in. Then we can start the live betting. I also circled the Twins in athletics over. Don't like that as much now after lineups have come out. I do not like it as much. Michael King over on outs. Hey, I got to mute this. Whoever's Michael King over on outs. I actually like that a little bit. I already know that the Padres have a taxed bullpen, so I know that okay. This model doesn't like it as much as I thought. I think it moved. I think earlier it was, yeah, I saw it earlier closer to minus 120. But the next spot I had circled was the Cubs and Diamondbacks on first five under 4.5. I like the full game under according to this model. This model basically didn't like anything, 0% edge. But this one actually likes the under a lot. Let's see what the scoring distribution breakdown is. This is Ballpark Pal. I really like their model. It's easy to use. This actually is interesting because it has the Cubs scoring less on the first five, but then the Diamondbacks scoring more in the first five. So that's an interesting one. Might just bet the full game under, but then this model doesn't really like him much at all. It's also getting close to game time. The lines are pretty sharp at this point, so I think I'm going to lay off of that one as well. And I think that may be about it for the spots I had circled. So I think we should be able to. 1 second here. Yeah, we might be able to go ahead and get onto the live betting, I think. So I got pretty much everything. Although I do think I forgot to play the Taco Tuesday for prize picks. But my maxes on that are like $5, so it doesn't even matter. So I don't really care about a $5 bet on that. I do see DraftKings has a live boost. A 30% live boost is what I'm seeing with DraftKings. So yeah, let's jump into live betting now. And let me set this up for live betting. I'm going to get rid of this. Move the stream here. Hang on a second, guys. I got to set this up for the live betting. This needs to go to a different. We're just going to do that. There we think that's it. Wait, what did I do? Wait, what did I do? Hang on, guys. I need to delete this. Stop that. This needs to be replaced with this. Okay, we got it now. There we go. Let me make that bigger. Okay. Time to lock in. Yep. You're in my Discord, but you don't see the plays. That's impossible. MLB live betting. It's MLB. It's MLB. How are you not seeing the plays, bro? It's under MLB plays. I don't know. But here we go. We're looking at live bets, of course, per usual. Our live streams are always live betting for the most part. So let's see what we can get. Hopefully better luck than my plays today. I had some bad bets today, I guess. I mean, Tyler Glasnow, I had him over 15.5 outs. I put it on my X account. He got pulled at 15. So that sucks. That was a bad beat. Whoa. That's looking good. That's looking pretty good right there. Under 3.5 in the Mets in the Milwaukee game. Might be gone. Under 3.5. Also, I need to get some music on here. I forgot to play some music. Where's that game at? That game it's already going. So it has a strike and 1 out. I don't know why it's showing it here. It shouldn't be showing it. I'm gonna get some music going on here. I don't know why some of the chats aren't showing. I don't know why some of these chats aren't showing. It's For some reason, it's not showing some of the chats. Streaming on all of these. Why is it not showing? Some people are saying they're commenting, but it's not showing up, and I don't know why. Send message to. I don't know. Twitch. Hey, Twitch and YouTube is popping up, and X is popping up apparently. So one of the channels is not popping up. So if your comment's not popping up, go to a different thing. Go, like, if you're on X, go to YouTube, or wherever you're at that it's not working, go to a different thing and see if the comments will start working, because for some reason some of the comments aren't working. Do you all have a support email so I can ask specific questions on tools? You're trying to ask. Okay, I can show you if you want me to, if you have specific questions. What do I have my odds set to? Oh, my bad. Here, let me zoom in for you guys. I always got to do that for you. That should be good, right? My odds are set to plus 750, but that doesn't really matter at all. Like, the odds stuff, don't worry about that. The most important thing is sharp books. That's the most important thing. I have it for Pinnacle is required. Pinnacle is required for me. So it has to be in the DVIG. If there's no Pinnacle odds, nothing will show up. And here's my weights. All the exchanges 50, Pinnacle 100, Circa 100, DraftKings 10. That's my weights. That's the odds don't matter. That doesn't really matter much. You only bet main lines when it comes to live betting? Yeah, because when it's live, it's hard to know, like, whether player props are good or not. You can't really know for sure for the most part, because the only books that have player props is like FanDuel and stuff. And so I think that the best way to do player props would be arbitrage live betting, bet both sides. But I don't think plus EV live betting with player props is I wouldn't be that confident in it. I can be more confident in the main lines, especially when we have Pinnacle involved. Pinnacle has very large limits for main lines when it's live. Like, money line, I think, is around like 30,000 limit, so they're taking a lot of money. Plus, you have the exchanges, and they're taking, limitless amounts of money on live betting too. So I can really determine my edge on live betting. And while we have a break here, nothing's popping up. Let me just show you guys where we are at with the tag here. So let's see here. So tags, let me show you guys live what we got going on with the Smart Stake Discord. I had a bad loss on Tagumo, whatever the hell his name is. Tumoyoku Sugano. I actually hedged out of it a little bit, but I did post the full amount of this in the Discord, so I got to take the loss on that one. But look at this. Look at this. 6.1% CLV with no vig fair odds. Best available, almost 8% from the next best line, which was Novig. I got plus 118. So, like, it was great odds, and I hedged it a bit, but yeah, I lost the over on this, so that sucks. So all time for all the bets I've shared through the Smart Stake Discord, whether it's the chat, whether it's the Discord, or it's the live betting I'm doing on stream, still up a decent chunk here with a great ROI here. And if you look at actually live betting alone, let's see, live betting alone, look at this. Live betting alone, almost a 26% ROI. So we're doing pretty good on these streams. So hopefully everyone's chats are popping up on screen. I know we had some issues with some other ones not working. How is one second. Wait a second. I don't know why they're not popping up right now. No, I don't know why any plays aren't popping up. We should have a lot of games in action right now. This is weird. The support email. No, there's no no to the question. I said that I can just show you whatever you want on the screen right now, live for you. Wouldn't you rather me show you right now, like how to do whatever you're asking? I mean, you can email about it, but it may be harder to tell you what to do on an email versus I can show you on my screen right now. What's your question? Actually, I mean, there's also a lot of other stuff. Hang on. Let's go ahead and do this. Um, smart stake articles. So look at this. Wagan. Look at this, bro. Like, look at this. This is how you do stuff on smart stake, okay? So that's gonna probably tell you a lot of how to do stuff. Like, look at that. That should help at least a little bit. Um, this might explain stuff. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Here we go. We got everything explaining here. Even insiders is explain. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's even. Look at that. It's explaining insiders there. Um, you got free tools here. This is all the learning articles. I mean, come on. We got a lot of stuff here, but I can also show you on my screen as well. What's your live filters? 1 second. Once there's a break again, I'll show you. We got to bet. We got to bet. I haven't made a single bet yet. Royals. What is that? Minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. 3.5. 250. Sure. That's a good bet, and I'll tell you why in a second here. $6. All right. It's a good bet because it's almost a locked market. It's almost a cross market with Pinnacle. Honestly, this wouldn't be a bad one to bet the Fanatic side as well. You could do an ARB if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna bet the Bet365 side for $6. We got some WNBA coming in here. Okay, wow. Over 43.5 for the fourth quarter. That's an ARB to Pinnacle. Pinnacle doesn't have that large of a limit, but I'm still willing to bet that Pinnacle line is sharper than the Fanatics line, despite the low limit, because it's a pretty big ARB here. So, and I'm not going to get that much down on Fanatics anyways, so I'm not worried about betting something that is not necessarily as good as it says. Yeah, I got $10.67, so it's a pretty good bet there. It may not be exactly 12% EV, but it's definitely EV at least a little bit. That one, wow, that one's actually really good. Hang on a second. I think it just went away though. Minus 105. It's still there. Why is it saying stay? Okay. Can we get 300 on that fast? Can we get 300 on that fast? Can we get 300 on that fast? Come on. Take it. There we go. That's a great bet right there. 300 on that. That's that's really good. Okay, so FanDuel is minus 132, Pinnacle 126. I mean, look at everything. Every book that I care about here has it minus 125 or higher. And it's almost a crossed market with Pinnacle. They have plus 103 on the under. We're almost getting a completely crossed market. So that's our first big bet of the stream. The insiders tool, I don't really bet the insiders tool, man. If I don't think the insiders tool is exactly the best tool to use, because you don't know if they're arbing or not. Plus, you don't even know who these people are. Like they might have just gotten lucky on Polymarket. If they're up on Polymarket, how do you know they're up on every sports betting app? You just all you know is just Polymarket alone. Whoa. We can actually use this with our live boost, guys. If we can get this logged in time, we can use it with our live boost. We have a live boost for DraftKings. You guys should too. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Home. Let's get that live boost. It's right here. See if we can use that. I got to reset it. Hopefully it's still there. 229 is right. It's recommending. It says stale now. Did the fourth quarter already start? Okay, so I think it started because look at that. Now FanDuel's 134. Well, we got our DraftKings live boost accepted, so we should be able to use it now anytime we get a DraftKings bet. Okay, wow. The Brewers Mets under 3.5. It's a really good bet here. Especially okay, it just moved to minus 285. I love the high minus. If you're getting a 2% on a high minus, like minus 260, that means it's a really good bet. The further into minus you go with high EV means you're getting a lot less variance, a lot less random runs of bad streaks. Mets money line minus 425. That's still there. I'm hitting that. That's a great bet. That's an insane bet. Okay, it moved to 450 as I was betting it. All right. Yeah, wagon. I wouldn't recommend it though. 2 days doesn't mean much. Under 3.5 minus 265. I just hit that. I just hit that right now for 50. It's a good bet right there. That's a arbitrage to Pinnacle. Not a huge limit, but also it's a cross market with FanDuel, so that makes me like it. So good bet. Wagon, you don't know who you're tailing on insiders. Like you don't. I used insiders and I lost. Let me just see what my results are with insiders. Okay. Let's see here. Wow, I'm up that much now. Did not know that. Because I don't really. I use Picket mainly to track, so I didn't even know that. But let me just show you. Okay. This doesn't mean that insiders is bad, but personally, my experience, this is what I have. That's what I have with insiders. I didn't bet that much, but I bet the recommended amount, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake on insiders. I bet the recommended amount, and yeah, I did 19 bets, and then I gave up. And I also looked at insiders, and I was like, why am I just betting what random people are doing? Like, I don't know who these people are. They could be up on Polymarket, but down on other sports betting apps. Like how do I know they're good overall? Maybe they just got lucky on Polymarket. I don't know. So yeah, that's insiders for me, and that's everything else combined. That's everything combined. So yeah, everything combined is going to be really good because if you take out insiders, then I'm up. What is that? Like 7,000 or something? If you take out insiders, so yeah, I don't really know much. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I'm not good at insiders. Who knows? I think it's good info to know, but I wouldn't exactly just blindly tail it. If I were you, I'd use a model. That game already started. It's already. Isn't that 2 balls and 2 strikes is what it showed? I swore I saw 2 balls and 2 strikes. See, the Bet365, they'll mess with you because if the game already starts, and for example, you bet, okay, that's not started yet. Say the game already started in the inning, and you bet the under, and the guy gets a hit as it's pending. Bet365 will purposely accept it because they know the under is less likely to happen because the guy just got a base hit. Look, we got a cat here. Hey, Max, why are you trying to get in my stream? Say hi, Max. Say hi. Hi. So Max is trying to get my stream. That one's a good one right there, 9.09. Whoa. Hey, I gotta read these chats. Let me read these chats. Hang on, guys. Pause with the chats for a second while I catch up. Wagon's talking about insiders, saying he's manually checking the traders on talent. Yeah, you can do that, but all you're seeing is their poly market bet history. Um, you don't have all the books. You have just DFS and exchanges. Okay. Okay. So yeah, exchanges. Top down betting on exchanges is pretty tough. Um, he's in Georgia. Yeah, top down betting is pretty tough on exchanges, man. 19% ROI. Hey, that's pretty good. 1.9 slug. Hey, 1.9 slug, you still in here? I'm actually interested in that. How many what's your sample size? Because like I said, maybe I just suck at it. All right. Maybe I'm just not good at checking the guys' wallets or whatever. So what's your sample size on that 19% ROI? Also, do you know your average odds that you've taken on that? Like the average odds? Because that would be good to know as well. Um, yeah, I know it shows their back test and performance, but what I'm saying is I use like at least 10 different books every week probably. Like and at least probably 5 different books every day. Like every single day I'm betting on at least 5 different books. So you don't know like on other books what they're doing because they might be maybe they're arbing, maybe they're betting all their bets on poly market for an arb for one side of an arb, and then their other side of the arb is no vig. So maybe they just got lucky on poly market, and they're up on there, but then they're no vig, they're down a bunch. They might be arbing completely, but the arb ratio it's for poly market alone. So it's if on poly market they bet the over, and then later on that day they bet the under. That's an arb percentage that it's showing for poly market. You don't know if they're betting somewhere else. Last I looked, the insiders tool just didn't have enough data to confirm if a bettor's actually sharp. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's good info. I mean, they can only tell you so much info about the traders. Like it's a cool tool. It's just I can't trust it enough. But you do see their total trade count. Yeah, I know, but yeah, you know what I said. You tried plus EV betting on Novig. Yeah, that's not going to work out well. Uh, yeah, you can't you can't really plus EV bet on Novig because Novig is the sharpest book. So if their odds are off from the others, it's probably because someone is betting there before the rest of the market moves. So if you bet, say you get like plus 120 on Novig, the rest of the market is plus 100 at that time. Looks like a good bet. Well, maybe 2 hours later, the rest of the market moves to plus 120. And now your plus 120 is not good anymore because everything else moved up. So it's tough to bet on Novig top down betting. Um, uh, wagon. The fact that you're talking about how you used insiders for 2 days, you're trying to make an argument where you use insiders for 2 days, and now it's good because you're up 400 on your initial 500. The key point in what you're saying is you've done it for 2 days. Okay, that's the key. That doesn't mean anything unless you've made like 50 bets per day for those 2 days and you have like 100 bets total. Unless that's the case, then 2 days doesn't matter. Do you track specific traders? I think I'm pretty sure I untracked all of them. Like over time, if any of them would go negative in MLB, I would untrack because that's what I use my models to bet in. Because I don't bet like if they have WNBA bets coming up. Actually, I am using a WNBA model nowadays. But say like tennis bet comes up, I don't have a model for that, so I'm not just gonna. I don't like to blindly tail random people. So like I didn't if they were positive in tennis, didn't matter to me. But if I ever saw them ever go negative in MLB, I'd press untrack. And I'm pretty sure like at one point that like I untracked all of them because they were either negative on MLB either in the back test or the forward test. So like I don't know, I just gave up using it. Smart money I do think is good. Smart money is basically telling you where the market is moving. So you can find some arbitrage situations there, but for the most part, it's going to tell you where the market's moving. Sharp betters, they bet at exchanges first. Like I bet at exchanges first as a sharp better. As a bottom up sharp better using models, I bet at the exchanges first because you can get really good odds there. So it's going to tell you where the market's moving. Smart money is really good. Uh, is there no limit on live betting? There is, depending on the book. Caesars, I guess I'm not limited on, so I can do a lot. Man, you guys are on it today with the comments here. I'm gonna have to skim through some. Yeah, odds jam is expensive. That is true. It is very expensive. Up 1% ROI, struggling with smart money. I mean, that's not terrible. Variance is a thing, so I wouldn't say that you've failed this month. But yeah, if you can look at smart money a lot, you can get a lot of bets. Our percentage, it's how much they're betting on the opposite side. So it's when they cancel out a bet. They bet the over at a good price, the market moves, and they bet the under. That means that's like an arb percentage. I do that a lot. Strikeout props, I see lineup moves. Lineups come out that aren't expected. I bet a certain side of the prop, like an over on strikeouts. I bet as much as I can because I know the market's going to move. Come back later when the markets move, cancel out at a really good price on the opposite side. It's like an arb basically. Yeah, Wagon, you need to get on some models, bro. Wagon, let me help you out here if you're still on here. You need to get better odds models here, okay? You need these models right here. Promo code GJH here. All right. It's in my link.me on my X. It gives you projections. And it gives you projections for MLB, of course, WNBA, which does player props, and it does NFL and college football. Let me try to find what I'm talking about here. Okay. So here is MLB, has totals graded by like a grading score or whatever. Sides, don't look at sides too much. It's mainly a totals model. Totals for this, totals for player props, strikeouts over under, it gives you grades. There's a lot of stuff. There's like, you can look at K ladders, home runs, it gives you percentages for home runs, first innings. It's kind of slow right now. Batter stacks, correlated parlay stacks. This is all bottom up style, which is what you would need if you're on Novig. On Novig, you can't do top down on Novig. So this is something I highly recommend. You can get 50% off your first month with code GJH. So click here, code GJH, 50% off. There you go. That's a really good one to use. Also, where's WNBA? Let me show you WNBA. WNBA. That's not WNBA. That's actually NFL and college football. Look at that. Same thing. Totals. Player props. This is for season-long player props, so it's not really the game. I mean, they don't have game day player props out yet. It's too early. But they're going to have game day player props, same grading score. Totals, sides, I don't think look at too much for NFL. But then also, we have college football as well. And this is all in the same price, guys. This is all and you get 50% off with code GH. This is only $30 a month. And I'm not even done showing you guys. We got college football here. We got the grading for that. Sides, I do believe with college football is good for this model. So I'd say look at sides with this model. And then player props, they don't have it yet. It's too early. And then we still have another one here. Let me show you. Now we can show you, look at that, WNBA, player props. This is only player props, no totals or anything. This is created by a different guy. So those three models I showed you earlier, MLB, NFL, college football, all done by a guy named Corby on X. Corby Clark, CC, I think is his nickname. But this one's done by a separate person through this. The Better Odds hired this person to create this model. So it's a different person, but I still think it's great. Every day they actually come out with like their grading, like say, oh, hey, our 10 best props yesterday went, 6 and 4 or whatever for plus 1.2 units. Like they'll say every day, like how it did. So, and it has grading as well. So if you're on Novig or all you have is exchanges, you got top down betting is going to be tough for you, man. It might be a little too hard for you to do because you got to really pick your spots with top down betting on exchanges. Like I said, the exchanges are where the market's going to be moving first. So something may look good, but it's because the market's moving toward that number. Um, no, do not bet the opposite side of the EV edge at Novig, if you're using smart money. So if you're using smart money, then okay. So if you're using smart money, and so this one, that's not even a good one. This one, so this one, it's showing you got 2.7K on this. So that person's trying to get minus 111 on the under. So if they're trying to put almost 3,000 on minus 111 on the under, probably means minus 105 on the same bet is a great bet, you know, because they're trying to get 6 cents worse for 3,000. You know, that's smart money. But if you're in positive EV and you're looking at no vig bets that come up, I don't even think I have no vig selected because I turned it off. But if you have no vig, say this is no vig here, don't just go in here and bet this side. Don't do that. That's not smart to do. Only bet the opposite side on stuff like smart money. That's what I recommend. It's easier. Like you can technically do that on positive EV, but it's like it's a waste. It's a waste of time mainly. Um, yeah. I know you're not arguing. I know you're not. I know you're not arguing, Wagam. But I'm just trying to really drill it in that insiders is questionable. It's questionable. That's what I'm saying. Um, yeah. Dude, how much Victory read? Smart money, it's not that hard, man. Like I said, you just have to think in the mind of a guy that's limited, okay? In the mind of a guy that's limited. This one's already gone. See what I'm saying? Like that was minus 105 on Bet365. Looks like it's gone now. In the mind of a guy that's limited, why would he bet 3,000 on minus 111 for the under when he could have gotten right here minus 105 on Bet365? Why would he do that? Why would he take 6 cents worse? Because he's limited so much that he has to take 6 cents worse in order to be accepted on an exchange, because someone is going to go in there and they're actually going to arb these two lines. They're going to arb the Bet365 line and they're going to arb the no big line. And that's how he knows he's going to get filled. So you just have to think in the mind of a sharp better, like he's betting a lot, so he's probably sharp. And then he's also betting a lot worse line because he's limited on Bet365. In 2 days, you've made 56 bets and you've made 402. That's really good, man. Maybe your strategy is going to work then. I don't know. Only time will tell. WNBA models, like I said, it's all better odds. This says MLB model right here, but that's just because I was advertising MLB when I was like showing it. It actually gives you all of them. So it actually gives you all the projections. It gives you WNBA, NFL, college football, and MLB, of course. So I need to change that to just the models I use, not just MLB. Yeah, I mean, the product is good info. Insiders is good info. I don't disagree. I just saying don't blindly tail. Yes, Marcado. He's asking if there's a reason to ARB using the lineup dropper tool. Is there a reason to ARB instead of betting just the positive EV play? Yes, there is. Because sometimes there's an insane amount of liquidity on Kalshi or Novig or whatever of the side that you're betting. And so I'm just just very selfish. I'm a very selfish guy. And I go in and I literally take every single dollar of liquidity, leave none for anyone else. And then I go back once the odds have moved and I arb out because I have too much money on it. Okay. But if there's only like $100 or something on it, then I'll just bet that, and I won't ever go back and bet the other side. You know what I mean? It's just to mitigate risk, basically. Could you tail the model and gain profit? Yes, you can. If you do it, if you are not betting every single bet, you have to use the grading that I showed on you, like the 9, the 8 grading, the 7 grading. Use the highest grades. Also, make sure to get as close to or better odds than they are mentioning when they're putting out the grading. So if it's saying, oh, this is a 9 out of 9 grade on minus 105 odds, and you bet minus 115, it's not even that good of a bet anymore. You want to try to get as good of odds or better than the ones that they're posting on the grading scale. Um, yeah, 400 is good, man. Not saying it's bad. Just stick with it. Just keep tracking. Yeah, I think smart money is a better tool to use, or bottom up betting like the models that I've showed you. I think that's the best idea if you only have Novig. But Novig, you can't smart money with Novig either, because the comparison book is Novig. It's comparing against usually a soft book. That's the problems that you run into with top down betting is you get to the point where you're like, oh, the only books I can bet a lot on are the books that I'm using to find value. You know, like you're finding value on these limitless books. You're finding value from their DVIG, and then you're betting at the soft books they limit you. So it's like a tough problem. Uh, I trust them pretty good. I don't bet every play, but they do have back testing for MLB, I believe. They had back testing. I mean, that's what I use all the time. So it's a tough life. It's not a tough life. You just gotta improvise, you know? You gotta you just gotta figure your way around things. All right, I feel like some people left because I was talking too much. So let's get to betting again. That's a good bet, but I'm gonna get like $5 on it. So I'm gonna lay off of that shit. Um uh yeah. Yeah, Novig's not a soft book, man. No Novig is not a soft book, bro. Yeah, bro. There's a reason I'm Obsidian tier. I just reached Obsidian tier. I actually got to tag. I got to post that. Hang on a second. I got to post this. Just reached Obsidian tier on stream. Here we go. Just reached Obsidian tier. We need music in here. That's why people left. We didn't have music. Just reached Obsidian tier on stream. That's pretty good timing. Listen, Novig is the sharpest book there is, bro. The sharpest. You cannot top down betting. Very difficult on there. Very difficult. Okay. So I would not recommend that stuff. I'll post that. You guys can see this live. Do the hands up emoji. Yeah. Let's tag Novig. There we go. You guys can see me do it in action. In action. In action live. Oh, I misspelled that? I misspelled that? Nah, bro. Nah, bro, you're trying to mess with me, aren't you? All All right, I'm just going to read the comments for a second. Let me actually do this so you guys can see me, see all of me while I read the comments. I think that's a better idea. Can you show your book weights for live bets real quick? Yeah, give me a second. So if you were me, what start would you run only having no vig? Well, the problem is if you only have no vig and you're just getting into betting, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time, man. I would say you'd want to use some models, like I showed you those models. Code GJH for 50% off first month. But you don't want to use models. And I'd say on Smart Stake you could arbitrage. No, you can't because you don't have soft books. I don't know, man. That's tough. Exchanges are no joke. No joke. How do sharps get 100 to 300 bets a day? Well, because they're betting on soft books constantly, or they're betting on using models and they're betting on exchanges. Like I'd mainly bet exchanges. I don't really bet anything else. Like I bet exchanges, and that's about it. That's why I got to. Where am I at in the rankings? I don't know. Volume, 157th in the app in volume. Yeah, you gotta bet the model. Biggest win on 74th. Man. If you're betting on the exchanges, you gotta use models, you gotta use models basically. Point challenge is worth it on Novik? Hell no, dude. I don't even look at those. I just was looking at it because I check it like every day. Just if I reach a challenge naturally, I'll accept it. But I don't even do that shit, dude. I literally just do. Look at this. Look at this. Can I highlight that? Look at that. 62,000. From my points breakdown on Novig, 99.1% from make orders, 0.3% from challenges, 0.6 daily drop, 0 parlay. So yeah, I would just say make orders is where you gotta go. How do people use exchanges or sharp books when everything is opposite? For example, X player over on Recbook. Didn't they really bet? Yeah, it's the opposite. It's the opposite, man. Look, bro, look. Someone bet plus 263. Okay, I need to change my view. Okay, someone bet plus 263 on the Cleveland Browns plus 2.5. So you're assuming if they bet a lot of money. Here it says right here, 4.8K is the total amount they bet. There's currently 2.6K left in liquidity to take. If they bet 4.8K on plus 263, probably good bet on the soft book Bovada. You know, Bovada, they limit you. And if you can get plus 270 there, why didn't they do it? Because they're limited. You know, you just got to think about it. Why are they betting there? Because they're limited. Pinnacle, not as good of a one. Pinnacle does not limit people. Pinnacle does not limit, so that's not a good one to look at. I wouldn't look at this one. It's a main line. Pinnacle's limit on this doesn't say, but let's see. This is basically a similar one to Pinnacle. This one, Bet 105, it's just like Pinnacle. They don't limit you at all. So let's see. Where is that bet? Where is WNBA? Where is WNBA? WNBA, there it is. So this one is under 168.5 on Washington. What? Did that game just start or something? it starts in 4 minutes, so that's literally a horrible example. Basically, Pinnacle doesn't limit, so if you see Pinnacle on here, I wouldn't even pay attention, unless it's a player prop. You can on a player prop, but main lines, do not pay attention. He's got to think in terms of a sharp better, all right? All right. Hey, I'm here to answer questions. Why is this not changing? Did I freeze? Wait, what is going on? Why is it not letting me switch the view now? I don't know. I'm just going to do this. Maximize. There we go. All right. Yo. Did anyone bet Jarren Duran Grand Slam on DK? Using the Grand Slam jackpot on DK, did anyone bet Jarren Duran? He just hit a Grand Slam in the 11th inning. Top of the 11th inning, he hit a Grand Slam. Boston's probably going to win that game now. But hey, if you bet him, you're going to be richer tomorrow. Yeah, I know we... Okay, got it. Yeah, I didn't show you my screen, did I? Wow, that's a fail. If the liquidity is on the plus side, that means the minus side is what they want. Yes, it's the opposite. Because look, in exchange, they post a price. And the only way that they get their bet accepted is if someone accepts the other side. So they posted -2. Okay, let me show you my screen. Here we go. They posted 263. And the only way that they get plus 263 on this side is if someone takes the -263. Because it's an exchange. It's not a sports book. It's a betting exchange. It's an exchange. You exchange a bet with someone else. Yo, Taz is mad that I'm explaining too much to these people. Okay, man. See ya. Okay. Oh man. Dude, nothing's foolproof in betting. Hey, if that guy's still here, Taz, are you still here? We can get to the live betting now. Dude, that actually just makes me laugh. All right, bookmaker. I don't like the tail bookmaker. On these main lines, I don't like to look at bookmaker. They have large limits. Yo, bro, look at that. 13,000 you could bet on Pinnacle on the opposite side for an arbitrage. It's a great bet here. Hopefully it's not in play, okay? So what is this bet? I don't know what it is. It's the under at +210 in the Twins game. Under 6.5. +210, Twins, Athletics. Let me zoom in for you guys. There. How much did they get on that? $7.14. That's a great bet. It's a great bet. Bet as much as you can. Under 7.5, another great bet. A locked market with Pinnacle. Another great bet. 12.3. Good bet. I mean, we can just do this all day. Another good bet. It's an arbitrage to Pinnacle. I don't even need to check anything else. Good bet. 1071. What do we got next? Pittsburgh, first half. Okay, we like to. Okay, that's a great bet. We got. Okay, that's a great bet here. That's gonna be 325-ish. 325 is what we're gonna bet. I don't like to do weird numbers here. 325 on that. Take the bet. Take the bet. Take the bet. There we go. 325. That's an insane bet. Pirates plus a half. Yeah, that's an arbitrage to Pinnacle. Pinnacle's offering over a $3,000 limit on that. And then the other books are also favored more toward Pittsburgh. So, yeah, we love that. Another big bet on Caesars. We love the big bets on Caesars because Caesars apparently hasn't limited us on live bets. I mean, they're main lines though, so most books are going to let you bet a decent amount on main lines. Like, look at this. This is the main line. We're getting $35 on Bet365. Not bad. Under 8.5, minus 115. The game's in action. Oh, great. Are they going to screw me over? This always happens to me. Please do not get a base hit, because if they get a base hit, they're going to let me accept the bet. Okay, so hopefully, maybe it did accept it. It did accept it, but I don't think he got a hit, so it doesn't really matter. So 34.50 on the under 8.5 in the Twins game. That one, nah. On the alt lines, I like to be a little more careful on the alt lines. White Sox over 11.5. No. Bet Rivers over 19.5. The arbitrage to multiple books might have went away. Money line, we love money line bets. Yo, we can get that at plus 106. Oh, hang on now. Hang on now. We're putting our boost on this, our live boost, plus 106. Come on, log in. Come on, log in, log in. We have a live boost. Bro, come on. We have a live boost. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. It's gonna go away. Ah, God, you gotta press it again. Is it still there? There we go. Okay, we're putting our live boost on this. I think it's $100 max I have, yeah. And then we're gonna go to the, what are you talking about? I don't have 100, oh, I think I withdrew money earlier today. Come on, just, I swear, if it goes away now. Plus 106, there we go. Diamondbacks is our bet here with the live boost, guys. Bet Diamondbacks on DraftKings for the live boost. It's a great bet, live bet. Here we go, Diamondbacks 106. This one we can only get $10. So we got 110. And I don't track boosts on Smart Stake. I just track whatever it is, because like I'm trying to track how good Smart Stake is on their lines they give me. The fact that I got it boosted, that was a DraftKings thing, you know, like DraftKings gave me that. But Smart Stake told me the plus 106 is good. So that's personally how I do. I track whatever it is, even if I use a boost. So that profit you see from Smart Stake, it's all just whatever lines they've given me. So we're doing that. That's a good bet right there. Brewers, oh my goodness. That's an insanely good bet. Yo, what? Let's see if this sticks around long enough for us to bet it. What? It went up? What in the hell, dude? This is an insane bet. What is BetMGM doing? What are they doing tonight? Okay, come on. What are they doing, bro? Ah, it changed. Didn't it? Yeah. Changed. I got it on one of my accounts, though. Man. All right, that's insane, though. Like, what is 17% on a money line? All right. I just had to take a moment on that one. That one's crazy. All right, I'm reading the chat now, guys. Don't you guys worry. Don't you guys worry. That's Wagon. I'm not going to give you the code if you think I'm trying to tell you to bet your life on it. All right. Yeah, Marcado knows. I show you guys the filters all the time. If Tasman is mad about me not showing my filters, he must be new here. I always show them. Hey, but Tasman, if you're still in here, I will accept an apology, and then I will show you my filters. But apology first, if you're still in here. All right. Yeah. But the website is literally on my X account, okay? You go to my link me right here, link.me in my bio. You're here, you're on the link me, you press MLB model, and that's not just the MLB model, it's all of the projections from Better Odds. Code GJH, 50% off first month. Try it out. If you don't like it, it's 50% off. So it's 15 bucks. Yeah, $15 for the first month to try out WNBA, NFL, college football, and NFL models for $15 for the whole month. If you don't like it, cancel. There you go. Code GJH. There you go. Bookmaker limits. Yeah, I know they limit, but that was a main line. They don't limit on main lines. I would know I'm limited on bookmaker. They don't even limit. What they do is they take away markets. So there's no props at all on my account. It's all main lines. So my limits are technically the same. They didn't limit me. They just took away all the props. But so their main lines I still consider sharp, because for sharp bettors, they still let you bet a bunch of money. So that's why if a book lets sharp bettors bet a certain market for a huge limits, that's how you know a book is sharp, because they're letting sharp bettors move the lines. When sharp bettors bet somewhere, they move the line to the correct position. Bet365, sharp bettors can't bet there, so the line never moves to the correct spot. It's always wrong. It's like always wrong on Bet365. Wagon. Okay, Wagon. You need an X, man. You need an X. If you're in the sports betting, you need to get an X. Just create an account on X, and then just create a random ass account. Don't even need a profile picture. But it's better odds projections, all right? If you want to look it up manually. Okay, whoa. What is that? What is that, bro? Okay, it's already in action. I don't care. If it's in action, I don't bet it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's an ARB 20,000 they're accepting on -214 on the opposite side for an arbitrage. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 220 side. I don't know why I put 110, but that's a really good bet. Under 4.5 plus 220 for the Pittsburgh game. Under 4.5 plus 220. Under 4.5 plus 220. Let me just make sure it's still good. Yeah, it recommends 150. So let's see if we can get this twice here. See if we can get this twice. Yo, we got it twice. For how much? Ooh, almost the exact recommended amount. So I'll take it. Yo, what? That's insane. Yeah, I was gonna say, if they're offering -225 on this, they better suspend that before I'd hit it. What was I gonna hit it for? I was gonna hit it for 1,000 on that. Okay, Wagon. Sorry, man. I got sidetracked here. We're gonna send all of you guys the link.me for all of my discounts, including Smart Stake. If you want a discount with Smart Stake, there's a discount for that as well. Here it is in the chat. So sorry for the delay. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. If he's impatient already, then he can't be sports betting. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose money. He's gonna lose money. It's always reassuring when I go look at a bet and then hear you say it was a good bet. Yeah, that Caesars -2. You got that, bro? Dude, that was an incredible play. It was a decent EV. What was that, like a 3% EV or something? It might have been higher. You get that high of an EV on a -225, it's a great bet, because the more your bet is in the minus, the less EV you get. Because, for example, it's pretty easy to get a 1% EV on a +1000 odds play, because the winning it's because of the way it's multiplied. So if you're getting decent EV on -225, then it's a really good bet. I gotta finish the chat here. Quit making money, Taz is pissed. Yeah, that was a good bet, bro. That was a good bet. Guardians, that's a good bet. That's a money line. Very high liquidity market. Very high liquidity market. Let's see how much we can get on that. Not that much, but that's all right. Guardians, 270 money line. It's a great bet here. 43. So we got 86. 86.42. Pretty good bet right there on a 270. Also, have you guys tried these things? These protein bars? Built. They're called Built protein bars. They're really good. This is a Blue Raz Blast. I got it at Costco. It literally tastes like a candy bar. It's like, or not, I guess not a chocolate candy bar, but it tastes like blue raspberry candy. And it's a protein bar. It's literally insanely good. I don't like that one that much. Over 19.5. Yo, the Rangers. The Rangers scored a lot of runs. I think I bet on them. I max bet them earlier. The Rangers. Yo, baby. Yo, I bet the Rangers over. And they scored. Cal Raleigh. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Hang on. Look at this. Cal, what is going on, guys? What is going on? What is going on, bro? Yo, is Cal Raleigh back? Is Cal Raleigh back, guys? Is Cal Raleigh back? How? Home run, home run, home run, home run. That's just insane. No one can say he sucks at this point. Like everyone that I was saying it too. I was like, dude, he's batting 100. He sucks. He just hit 4 home runs in a row. Listen, Wagon. Nothing is foolproof, okay? Okay? I don't bet everything on that thing, okay? I don't bet everything on that, all right? All right, buddy. All right, buddy. I do not bet everything on here. I just bet the grades, the high grades, 8 or 9 out of 10, or 8, I guess it's 9 out of 9. 8 or 9 out of 9. Make sure you get at least the price or better. Don't bet the sides. Don't bet the sides. Player props, same thing. Bet the 9 out of 9s or 8 out of 9s. Make sure you get the same price or better. If you do that, you should do pretty good. This is best case scenario back test. I think it needs to be updated a lot because it's a little old, but it still has a decent amount of, it doesn't have much of a sample size on here, but it's enough to know that it's profitable, you know, like 700 plays. This is best case. So this is the best case. It means you're getting the best odds. 700 plays, 54%, 7% ROI. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So don't blind bet, but also don't just go on here and be like, oh, like, don't just go on here and be like, oh, hey, I like Kyle Riley. You know, he did a home run. That's a terrible option. We just looked at him hitting home runs. Don't just be like, oh, Bryce Harper, you know, he's not gonna, you know, don't just look at random shit. Don't look at random shit. If you just look at random shit and bet random stuff on you, you're probably not gonna do good. If I were you, I would just bet the high grades. Because it's not like this thing's a crystal ball, but it does know when to spot good spots. All right. Same with the it says NBA, but it's WNBA. Same with WNBA. Bet the high grades. Bet the high grades. All right. Same thing with NFL. I haven't bet yet. It's too early in my opinion, but once the season starts, bet the high grades. Player props, bet the high grades. All right. You should be fine. Make sure you're getting the same price or better. All right. Make sure you're getting the same price or better. All right. Let me go back to the chat. Let me maximize myself while I read the chat here. Our percentage on the insiders tool is if they bet the same bet on the opposite side. So they bet the over on a player prop over early in the day. Later on the day, they hedge out of it, bet the under. That means they arbed. But the thing is it can only track arbs on the site. So it's not like saying that they arbed it by betting the opposite side on Novig. The poly tracker, it can't track that. It's only saying if they did it on the same platform, all right? Bro. You can follow smart money, but like I said, smart money, you're finding, this is what you're betting. This is what you want to bet here. This left side, this right side is comparison. You don't bet that. You use this as a signal to bet the left side. You're not going to get Novig very often on the left side. It's mainly going to be, I guess you get Kalshi sometimes, but no, those are off. That is literally off. That's not right. But, okay, man. I don't know. I'm going back to live betting. All right. Wow. That's crazy good bet right here. Under 5.5. Is that first 5? Yeah, first 5. Under 5.5 minus 170. Yeah, that was too good to be true. Too good to be true there. Athletics minus 1.5 first 5. That might be too good to be true as well. Okay, that's just wrong as well. So that whole athletics game might just be wrong. Yo, that one's pretty good. Over 10.5. Did we bet that one yet already? Not really. Over 10.5. It says it's stale. The game start. Why is it saying it's stale? Reload. Why is it saying it's stale? Do not know. It's still there. It's still at 190. Still saying stale. Don't know. Do you keep opening accounts? No. No. Bet365 is tricky to find. Get Bet365. They're in high demand, man. They're in very high demand. So I only have my personal one, and that's it with Bet365. So I wish I had more. Bet365 accounts are very valuable. If you have a Bet365 account with max limits, you have a very valuable asset. Like you have that account would be worth thousands if you have max limits on Bet365. Thousands. What determines a good bet instead of betting blindly? Okay. Yeah. So that's a great question, actually. It's a great question. Great question. So are you talking about in terms of smart stake or in terms of using a model? Smart stake EV? Okay, got it. I'll show you that in 1 second. So you want to, like Wagon says, you first want to make sure it's an edge, obviously. That's the first task, all right? Let's just go over some pregame. This is my pregame mainline filter, all right? Let's see here. This game's for tomorrow. Definitely don't bet this because you're going to get limited. But that's a great bet. That one you can blind bet. It's way off. Like, that's a bad example. That's a blind bet. Some of them you can blind bet. But let's find something else here. Here we go. Here's a good one. All right. This one you could blind bet, but also I'm going to guess that FanDuel has low limits on this. All right. You want to check the limits. So that's pretty tiny limit. 282 on an unlimited account. That means on my account I'd get like 28 bucks on this. So this one I might bet just because Bovada also agrees with FanDuel. But if this one was just FanDuel and Hard Rock and it didn't have any other books, I would not bet this one because FanDuel has only a 240 limit on a completely fresh account. So on limited accounts, it would be like 20 bucks. But like I said, Bovada agreeing makes me like it a little more. Line movement with these, sometimes you want to look at line movements late at night at 10:30. There's nothing going to be happening with line movement. Actually, if anything, hang on. If anything, this is actually moving toward the Hard Rock line. FanDuel is marginally moving toward the Hard Rock line. So I wouldn't even take that bet. I would not blind bet that bet. FanDuel has low limits. It's moving a little bit toward that minus 184. It was, what was that? It was minus 196. So it's moving toward the 140. So that's the same game. See, I always get these questions, but then it's late at night when I do these streams. There's nothing really to show you guys. First inning total runs. That's not a good bet. I don't even know why it's here. Novig has the same price. Novig is a sharp book. If it has the same price as Hard Rock, I wouldn't consider the Hard Rock bet a good bet. Because, yeah, I would not consider that a good bet. Let me get to the chat here. All right, let me get to the chat here. Let me get to the chat here, bro. Let me get to the chat here. Yes, so that's the main thing with top-down betting. If you get it on a delayed book. Yeah, exactly. Bet the outlier. Yes, Wagon. Wagon, you know what you're doing, bro. It sucks that you only have Novig to bet at because you know what you're doing. You know it. Yeah, listen to Wagon. He's right. Ah, man. Patriot, my bad, man. Tough beat. They should have took her out of the game, right? Why'd they have her in the game? I hate when they do that. Oh, the taco one. I didn't even bet the taco. I was gonna bet it, but then I had to get on stream, and I was like, it's not really worth betting $5. You know what? Huh? Okay. Good night. Question, lineup tool. Do you have a method of bet sizing? Mercado, I actually bet the maximum I can possibly bet. Unless it's like 5,000. 5,000 or more, I'll just... If there's 5,000 or more liquidity on a bet that I think is good because the lineup dropper, I'll just lay off because it scares me off. If there's 5,000 more liquidity, I won't even bet it. I'm scared off of it. Like, why are they offering that much? Why have they not pulled the price? You know, if someone's offering that much, they should be locked into the lineup alerts themselves. They're a sharp better, you know. But if it's less than that, I'll just take the whole thing. To be honest, I just always take the whole thing. But if I were you, I would take, you know, maybe $100 or so. Don't take too much. Take a little bit, get used to it. Check your CLV. See if you're making sure you're getting good bets in, you know, getting good CLV in. Yeah, all that good stuff. And also, I do have to say, I usually only do the line movements of 3. If they're moved in the lineup by 3 or more, I will do it. 2 or 1, I don't do it. And the new lineup dropper is actually incredible. It's currently in testing right now. I can't look at it right now because all the games are active. Damn. Basically, the new lineup dropper V2 is with ballpark pal projections added in, plus it has strikeout props. So it looks at how it literally will tell you that if these 2 players are switched out for these 2 players, it'll literally tell you if the pitcher is projected to get more or less strikeouts because of the change in the lineup. It's incredible. We're testing that right now. That's like V2 of the lineup dropper. You made 4 bets on Hard Rock Unlimited? Bro, what did you do? Did you win all 4? Like, how did you do that? You probably made some really good off-market bets, thinking that you were smart, but then you got limited. When you have a fresh book, if I were you, I'd just stick with parlays before you're limited. It gives you a little longer runway. If you have Novig and DFS just quit, go work at Costco. I mean, Costco would definitely be easier money than betting on Novig, that's for sure. Sports betting, like they always say, it's a hard way to make easy money. Sports betting. It's hard, but when you figure it out, it's easy. Any alternatives to Novig? That's where I get my... Well, there's actually quite a few alternatives nowadays. You have all of the prediction markets. You have Kalshi. Here, okay, actually, hang on. You have Kalshi here. These are all my prediction markets. You have Kalshi, Novig, ProfitX, and then on the phone app, which I hate that it's only on the phone app, you have Polymarket USA on the phone app. But yeah, those are the alternatives to Novig. Considering it's sharp, I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, Mercado, just stick with it, figure it out if it's working, and then maybe up the unit from there. $20 is a great starting point. Don't want to go in too fast, too heavy. You know, we don't want to screw up. Yeah. Wagon. Yeah, Wagon knows. Either Wagon listened to me really well on this stream, or he already knew what he was talking about. But Wagon, yeah, you're right, man. Wagon is definitely right. Did they figure out the average EV? I don't think they figured out the average EV. Mercado. They did not figure out the average EV on the lineup dropper. Not specifics, I don't think, but they did say that even when you would bet a lineup change, of just one spot, they said that they were tracking that you would get closing line value. So if you're tracking to get closing line value just from one spot change, it's safe to assume that if you're betting lineup changes of 3 spots or more, then you're probably going to be doing good in the long run, on EV, on the closing line value. Okay, wait, what, Patriot? Okay, Patriot, I got to tell you this. WNBA player props are not like the CLV you get from it is not accurate. Not really that accurate. CLV and WNBA player props matters like 10%. So if you bet a bet and it didn't even get good CLV, it still might have been a good bet because the volume is so low in that market. That's why if you try to top-down bet WNBA player props on Novig, you're literally going to lose so much money because it's such a soft market. That's why these sharps, they go to Novig to get their bets matched, because even on the sharpest player prop books, like FanDuel, like of the normal books, like FanDuel and Pinnacle and stuff like that, books that don't limit you as much, even on those WNBA player props, you can get like $100 down. So all these sharp bettors are going to Novig, they're offering what looks like great prices, and then they aren't getting closing line value. You're getting closing line value by taking the opposite side, but in the long run, you're losing money because the market is not accurate. The closing line for WNBA player props is not accurate. It's like, I mean, that's how it was in the early days of sports betting. Like, I don't know, the 1990s or whatever, you could literally not get closing line value and still make a ton of money because the market was not as efficient. Nowadays, everything is efficient, basically. All the main sports. WNBA is kind of getting there slowly, but it's still not efficient. What tool are you talking about is cool? Chat Pro. You mentioned a tool. Make a damn mod in the Discord, man. Make you a mod? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. Listen. X-Conix, all right? X-Conix. Maybe this is what I was showing you pre-game betting, okay? Pre-game betting, this line, who knows? Hang on. Pre-game betting, this line, who knows? It might be here for like 5 hours, Like, I got time. I can look here. I can look at the line movement. I can look at these books. I can press on FanDuel. I can go and see how much the limit is. I can do all that stuff. Live betting, you don't have that much time. So that is why on live betting, I do the most important thing I think you can do for live betting to bet quickly. And that is you make Pinnacle a required book. That way you know that another sharp book is being compared that has large limits, okay? And if it's an ARB to Pinnacle, I'm just blind betting it because Pinnacle has high odds, high limits. Look at this. $18,000 limit. Anyone can bet it. If Billy Walters, the greatest sports bettor in history, made an account on Pinnacle and said, "Hello guys, I'm Billy Walters," guess how much of a limit they give him? 18,000. Okay? Mickey Mouse went on there to make a bet. He probably sucks at betting. They give him 18,000. All right? So that's why on live betting, I'm blindly betting when it's an ARB to Pinnacle, because Pinnacle has large limits. And I don't got time to look at it. I don't got time to go here and be like, okay, that's moving a little bit. Okay. Let's see, what's the FanDuel limit? Okay. I don't got time for that. That's why I'm live betting, and I'm live betting quick on these. All right. Got it. Man in bankroll. Yeah. So Fred, I do not disagree. Fred, I do not disagree with you on that. Fred said WNBA CLV matter. Let me pin this. Great point, Fred. He said WNBA CLV matter. Did that even pin it? I don't know. It doesn't matter, but if you beat Novig or ProfitX closing line, it does matter. I think that's a smart way to look at it. If you're beating their closing line, I think that's a good way to determine CLV. That's a good point. But the thing is on like the bet tracking apps like Pickett and Juice Reel, you're choosing closing line value. Well, on Juice Reel, I don't even think you can choose how to track closing line value. And then on Pickett, like I do Novig fair odds, and it's across the board. It's not like I can say Novig fair odds except WNBA player props, and then I want to compare to just Novig and ProfitX. They don't let you do that. So that's a good point, though, Fred. If you're just comparing to Novig and ProfitX. Patriot, stay away from WNBA player props on exchanges unless you're using a model. You can definitely bet them on rec books. All right, you can definitely bet them on rec books. Bet365, BetMGM, DraftKings probably, even FanDuel, which is considered a more sharp rec book. Yeah, the main sports are just going to be more accurate at EV. Like I said, WNBA player props, the EV might be off. Penny is not required for my pregame because I got time to look at it, bro. I got time to look at it, like I said. So I can find more bets by not requiring Penny because sometimes Pinnacle doesn't have lines for certain things. Or sometimes Pinnacle API or whatever it is down and SmartStake doesn't have Pinnacle pulling stuff. And at that point in time, I'd be screwed, because I couldn't make pregame bets. What model I use for WNBA? Yeah, there you go. So the key is Black Caser. Listen here. Key is the, let me just show you on this screen. Okay, so this one bottom left, I need to change it. It's actually all the models, okay? This one, MLB model, 50% off. It's in WNBA, MLB, college football, and NFL, all in the same package, all right? So I need to change that. It's not just MLB. All right, but now that we have talked for like a ton of time, let's go check some live bets here. That one looks incredible. ARB to Pinnacle, like I said, quick and easy, quick and dirty. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. I'm most likely going to trust it. 9.09. Cincinnati Reds plus 1.5. That one, ARB to Pinnacle. Gonna take it. 37.50 plus 120. First half only a. It's first half only a 3%. That's a 4% now. It's moving up. Okay, so that one looks actually really good. It's a minus 150 on FanDuel. And I consider FanDuel marginally sharp for live bets. See, this is the one I didn't blind bet, guys. I looked at all the books here. All right. It's apparently stale. So I don't know if it's gone or what. It's already started, so that game's already started. Okay, Okay, that's a cross market with Pinnacle. It's a good bet. Under 3.5 plus 160 on Athletics. 9.38. There we go. There we go. Under 5.5. It's an ARB to Kalshi. Kalshi's got 9,000 in liquidity. So I'm assuming that Kalshi is sharp on that line because they have that much liquidity. 6.82 on a, see what I'm saying here, guys? 9,000, all right, on an ARB. What was that 9.82 I got? So yeah, that's pretty damn good. Set me in the Discord so I can sleep, man. Not all of us can be millionaires. I'm not. Okay, you're talking about my Discord. I thought you were talking about Smart Stick Discord. Here, I'll accept you. Let me see here. What's going on here? What the hell? Okay, we need to accept 2 guys. Wagon, you are now accepted. Darren, you are now accepted to the Discord. Congratulations. Okay, we got it. We got it. Chill, chill, chill. Do you think ARB to penny no matter limits on penny itself? Pretty much. Unless it's like FanDuel, that's an ARB to penny. Or Bookmaker, an ARB to penny. But if it's like Bet365 or BetMGM, stuff like those, then I think it doesn't matter. Because the BetMGM and Bet365s are going to have such low limits that even if Pinnacle is only like 1,000, it's still way larger of a limit than Bet365 or BetMGM, you know? And if it's an ARB, that means it's quite a bit different. You know, it's very off from Pinnacle. If it's not an ARB, then I would be less likely to take a low liquidity line, you know, like a first half team total or something crazy like that. You just gotta, that's kind of part of it that's not blind betting. But if you're looking at money lines, full game totals, either one of those, or run lines, like you can pretty much blind bet those. Those are high liquidity bets for the most part, unless it's like an alt line. Like this is an alt line here, it's gone. This is a alt line because it's first half. I don't know why they're going away so fast. The alt line, that looks incredible actually. That actually looks really good. I'm gonna take that for 175. It's an ARB, so I'm gonna take it. It's a pretty big ARB. It's not just 1 cent. It's like, it's a decent ARB. It's a 3 cent ARB. It's $4,000. 4,700 you can take. DraftKings agrees even further. DraftKings actually has an even further ARB. This wouldn't be a bad one to bet both sides if you like the arbitrage, because I think DraftKings is probably off too, a little bit. But the one that's off more is FanDuel. I mean, they're both off though. That would not be a bad one to arbitrage if you guys wanted to arbitrage here. It might have it pop up here as an arbitrage, maybe not. Yeah, that's an insane bet, guys. I don't know what's going on with it. I think DraftKings corrected. Maybe DraftKings was wrong. I don't know. That would be a good one to arbitrage though. 148 is what we got. 175, right? Yeah, 175. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Took you a whole 25 days. That's really good. That's decent limit. It's an ARB and it's on Bet365, which Bet365 is super soft, but the line moved by 15 cents. See, that was a good bet. Sometimes you don't got time. You just got to go. You got to go quick. That's what I'm saying, guys. Some of these you got to just be quick with and just. That one, if it comes back, is really good. It's an ARB. It's a ARB. Look at that, 12,000 limit on Pinnacle, and it's an ARB. So if this one comes back, it's a great one to bet. I don't think it's going to come back though. Didn't we just look at this one? Under 5.5, 155. Yeah, that one's gone. Over 7.5. Nah, not enough. That one's not bad. That one's not bad. And it's on a super soft book, so I'm going to blind bet it because Bet365 is super soft. 60.75. I mean, we got a ton of books on our DVIG here, so the DVIG's pretty accurate, I'd say. What'd I get on that? 60.75? Oh my, that's a good bet. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. $10. All right. All right, let's check the comments here. Let's go back to the comments for a second here. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get off soon. I haven't even ate dinner yet. I had a tennis match and then I literally took a shower after the tennis match and jumped straight on here with a protein bar in hand. ARB to penny no matter the limits? No, like I said, if it's small limits, you kind of got to look at it a little more. But if it's a Bet365 ARB to penny and it's small limits, I'd say you can blind bet. BetMGM blind bet. But if it's a little sharper like DraftKings or FanDuel and it's an ARB to Pinnacle with low limits, like 1,000 limits, I'd say you might want to lay off. Kind of got to look at what book it is, you know. Like Bet365, they're wrong a lot, so they're probably wrong if it's an ARB to penny. Yeah, Chat Pro, I do sometimes on WNBA. Sometimes on WNBA, like quarter lines. There's some like really good value on WNBA, like third quarter totals or third quarter spread. Those ones I always question because it'll show me like a 15% EV on Fanatics, and I'll go to Bet105, which is basically a clone to Pinnacle, and Bet105 most of the time will always have the same line. So I do check it every once in a while, but I don't have time to check it every time, so I just trust it. But also that's why, like, I just had a bet here where it was like 5 books with the DVIG. Those ones I really trust. Even if the Pinnacle limit is lower, if it has 5 books on the DVIG, then I'm gonna like trust it no matter what, because it's comparing to a ton of different books, you know. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like an art, you know. There's not an exact science to it. Sounds good, Wagon. Sounds good. Okay, sounds good, Wagon. See you, man. If you're getting off, I'll see you. All right, we're gonna do like one more bet. Let's just do one more good bet here, and then I'm done. That one looks pretty good. I'm not gonna do one more $100+ bet. It's got to be at least $100+. Can't be doing no like $10 bet here. 36 on this. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I mean, it may not be that high. Okay, shit, guys. Sorry, guys. Philadelphia Phillies is what I just bet for, I think, $36. It's good. Well, the game's active now, so ignore that one. I think the game is active. But yeah. Over 6.5. See, this is one where it's an alt line with lower liquidity, and FanDuel is kind of sharper on their live odds. Guys, this is one I'm going to lay off of, even though it's technically a good bet from what it says. I'm going to lay off of it. Lower limit on this alt line. Someone asked about this earlier. Kalshi does have a lot of liquidity, but it's a way different line than Pinnacle. All of these, way different line than Pinnacle. Pinnacle doesn't have that large of odds, so maybe Pinnacle might be off as well. Pinnacle can be off as well. I mean, that's possible. That one, not that good. 2% on a plus 320 is not actually that good, because the EV gets multiplied when it's a higher plus odds. Yep, everyone's getting off now. Might not be able to find another good bet before we get off here. So if anyone has any last minute questions, say them now, or just say goodbye if you'd like. That one looks good. No, it doesn't look that good. But guys, check out my X account. Check out my link.me here. All right, this is in the chat. It's my models I use. It's, of course, Smart Stake, the discount I use for Smart Stake. This stream is sponsored by Smart Stake, so I use Smart Stake for so many things. Smart Stake discount, code GJH. You can sign up for Picket, guys. Using my code second half angle, you get $3 or $100 or something. I don't know. And then Picket Pro, you can get a discount for a year. If you press this link, you can get a discount for a year for Picket Pro. Join my free Discord here as well. I'm posting MLB plays for free. And yeah, follow me on Picket if you'd like. It's the second half angle. And I also have the second half angle _2 and the second half angle _3. Those are my secondary accounts. So you can follow me on all that if you'd like. Yeah. See ya guys. Hopefully we win some bets tonight. We made a lot of good bets. 19 Slug, I appreciate you as well, especially with the insider's input. I didn't even know it was possible to get such a high ROI with it. That's really good though. That's really good for you. X Canucks, you're not pressing the right thing then. Look, man, I will do it for you, okay? X Canucks, do you have X? If you have X, go to my account. Go to my account. Click this. Okay? This is where you're at. Okay? Right here. MLB model, 50% off. That's not just MLB, it's all the models, okay? Ignore the MLB part, it's all the models. Click it. $30. Code GJH. Apply. $15 for the first month. For all the models. All right. There you go. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun and happy wagering. All right. Especially with NFL and college football coming up. It's going to be a good time. You know, have a lot of bets, a lot of opportunities. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I got to eat some food, and hopefully you guys made some money or learned something today in the live stream. It was a lot longer than I usually do. Yeah, have a good night, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.